Hey everyone, and welcome back to Above and Beyond with Sophia. I'm Sophia, your personal in-flight guru and former full-time chaos manager. After 15 years as a flight attendant, I've seen more luggage battles than a baggage carousel on Black Friday. The title of today's video is What Everyone Gets Wrong About Carry-On Travel. Airlines Won't Warn You. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sophia, what's to get wrong? I follow the 3-1-1 rule. I check the airline's size restrictions, and I can roll a t-shirt like a sushi chef. I'm a carry-on pro. And to that I say, are you though? Do you truly understand the unwritten psychological and logistical rules that govern carry-on luggage the moment you step onto the plane? Did you know that the rules for your bag are completely different the minute it has to be gate checked? Did you know that your polite request to a flight attendant to help lift your bag can actually put both of your jobs at risk? Did you know that the personal item is the most powerful weapon in your entire travel arsenal, and most people use it only to hold their half-eaten bag of chips and a novel? The official policies on the airline website are like the glossy pamphlet for a used car. They show you the perfect picture, but they don't tell you where the engine is about to fall out. Airlines have created a system that encourages you to bring everything onto the plane, but simultaneously makes it a chaotic, stressful, and sometimes costly process. They want that extra $60 checked bag fee, but they don't want the burden of actually carrying your belongings. It's a genius, cruel business model. Today, I am going to unlock 15 industry secrets and tactical strategies that move you from being a passenger who follows the rules to being a passenger who leverages the rules. We are talking about preventing surprise gate fees, eliminating boarding stress, protecting your valuables, and ensuring you are the calmest person in your row. If you're ready to treat your next flight like a tactical operation, hit that subscribe button right now. I want to build a community of smart travelers who know the secrets. Also, drop a comment below and tell me, what is the worst carry-on headache you've ever faced? Lost space, security delay, gate check fee? Let me know. Let's dive into the 15 mistakes everyone makes and the secrets I learned working the aisle for a decade and a half. Part 1. The Carry-On Dimensions Deception. The airline website lists size limits, but that's only half the story. The real battle is fought at the gate. 1. The illusion of the personal item, the power bag secret. Everyone knows about the overhead carry-on, but the personal item is the true key to efficient packing. It must fit under the seat in front of you. The secret. The personal item usually does not have a rigid dimension checker at the gate, unlike the rollaboard. This is where you put your maximum capacity backpack or duffel. I've seen passengers carry duffels that were technically carry-on size, but because they were soft-sided and looked like a personal item, they got a free pass under the seat. The trick is, it must be squishy. The personal item should contain all your essential electronics, medications, and a full change of clothes. If your main bag gets checked, this bag saves your trip. 2. The wheels and handles tax, the true measurement. When airlines publish the 22x14x9 dimension, they mean everything, including the rigid plastic wheels, the protruding side handle, and the telescope handle in the collapsed position. The mistake. Most people only measure the soft body of the suitcase. When that bag doesn't fit in the metal sizer at the gate, you suddenly have to pay the $150 gate check fee. The secret. If your bag just fits the advertised dimensions, you're gambling. Look for bags that advertise themselves as under-the-seat compliant or international carry-on size, which are generally safer bets and are designed for maximum efficiency, not maximum volume. Measure the wheels. 3. The gate agent's judgment, the bulge rule. A carry-on bag is designed to have hard dimensions. If you pack it so tightly that the zipper is bulging and the sides are bowing out, it is visually and physically much larger than the sizer allows. The unwritten rule, the gate agent's decision, is often based on the visual bulge test. If it looks like a bowling ball swallowed a watermelon, they will check it. The hack. If you are worried, do not overstuff the top front pocket. This is the area most visible to the gate agent. Keep it streamlined and professional. 4. The weight limit lottery. It's still a rule. Most U.S. domestic airlines don't strictly enforce weight limits, but almost all international and most budget airlines like the Spirit or Frontier models do. The weight is often limited to 15 to 22 lbs. The consequence. If you have to gate check your 40-pound carry-on because the overhead bins are full, they will send it to the main baggage hold, and when they do, the ground crew is absolutely entitled to enforce the weight rules and slap you with an overweight checked bag fee that can be triple the cost of checking it initially. The prevention. Weigh your bag before you leave home. A cheap luggage scale is a permanent must-have in your travel kit. 5. The regional jet trap, the automatic gate check. If you are connecting onto a small regional jet, and you will know, because the flight number is usually 4 digits, your bag may not fit in the overhead bin at all. The forewarning. The overhead bins on these smaller planes are typically only big enough for backpacks or very small duffels. The smart move: if you see the flight is on a small jet, save yourself the hassle. At the main check-in counter, ask to have your carry-on valet checked, often free. This ensures it is handled as a carry-on, only goes as far as the jetway, and you get it back immediately upon deplaning, avoiding the main baggage claim. Part 2. The overhead bin battleground. This is where the collective neurosis of air travel explodes. The overhead bin is the most valuable real estate on the plane, and everyone is fighting for it. 6. The personal item in the overhead bin sin, the cardinal rule. This is my biggest pet peeve. If your jacket, your small tote, or your purse can fit under the seat in front of you, that is where it belongs. The problem: people place personal items overhead, filling the bins and forcing the large rollerboards of later boarders to be gate checked. This makes everyone angry. The unwritten rule: the overhead bin is strictly for carry-on size bags. Your coat, sweater, small purse, and neck pillow belong in the space below. If the flight is full, I, as your flight attendant, will walk down the aisle and politely but firmly instruct you to remove your smaller items to make room for the rollerboards. 7. The vertical versus horizontal bin mystery, the packing direction. When you board, you see two main types of overhead bins: the old-style shelf bins and the newer, taller pivot bins. The secret technique: in the pivot bins, the ones that close upward like a clamshell, common on new Boeing and Airbus planes, your bag must be placed wheels first on its side like a book on a shelf. In the shelf bins, the older style that close downwards, the bag typically has to be placed wheels first, lying flat, horizontal. Knowing the difference speeds up boarding for everyone. When you try to put a bag into a pivot bin horizontally, it will not close, causing a massive delay. 8. The don't touch my bag rule, the passenger code. The golden rule of the overhead bin is: do not touch another passenger's bag. The hazard: I've seen passengers try to rearrange other people's luggage to make their own bag fit. This can lead to shouting matches, accidental damage, and accusations of theft. The solution: if you genuinely cannot fit your bag because the space is inefficiently used, do not take matters into your own hands. Call a flight attendant. We are trained to rearrange the bins efficiently and critically. If an item is damaged while we move it, we handle the liability. If you move it and it falls on someone's head, you own the problem. 9. The priority boarding lie. It's about the bin, not the seat. People pay for priority boarding because they want a window seat or they want to be first. Wrong. The truth: you pay for priority boarding for guaranteed overhead bin space near your seat. That is the single most valuable item you can buy. If you are in Group 5, your bag will end up 3 rows behind you, or worse, gate checked. The strategy: always view the cost of priority boarding as an insurance premium against a $150 gate check fee and a broken back trying to shove a bag 15 rows away. 10. The no-fly zone, the row 1 and exit row constraint. If you are seated in the very first row, bulkhead, or any exit row, you cannot have anything on the floor during takeoff and landing. The strict rule: this means your personal item must go overhead for those parts of the flight. This removes precious bin space from the boarding pool. The insider tip: if you are booking these seats, ensure you are boarding early. Once the seatbelt sign goes off, you can retrieve your personal item and place it at your feet or in the seat pocket, but only for the cruising portion of the flight. This is non-negotiable for safety. Part 3. The mid-flight carry-on, comfort and crisis. Once the door is closed, your bag becomes your base of operations. Protect it and use it wisely. 11. The valuables vow, the true carry-on purpose. I have witnessed a few heartbreaking situations involving lost or delayed checked luggage that contained wedding rings, irreplaceable family photos, or necessary professional equipment. The vow: if you cannot afford to lose it, it must be in your carry-on. This includes prescriptions, passports, keys, electronics, jewelry, sentimental items, and cash. The tactical pack: place your laptop, liquids bag, and anything you might need during the flight in the outermost, most accessible pocket of your carry-on. This prevents you from doing the luggage ballet in the narrow aisle, holding up 50 people behind you just to grab your headphones. 12. The flight attendant bag lift myth, the liability loophole. This is a huge one. Passengers frequently ask us to lift their bags into the overhead bin, and we usually do, but you should know we are strictly trained not to. The industry secret: if a flight attendant lifts your bag and is injured, a back strain, a pulled muscle, most airlines do not cover it under workers' compensation because lifting passenger bags is not part of our job description. We do it out of courtesy or because the bag is blocking the aisle. The courtesy play: if you need help, Politely ask a fellow passenger first. If you must ask the crew, make it clear that the bag is light or say, "Could you please assist me with this?" It reframes the request and acknowledges the courtesy. 13. The mid-flight overhead access etiquette, the stand-up wait. When you need something from the overhead bin during the flight, you must be extremely mindful of the people sitting in the row whose space you are occupying. The etiquette. Always wait for a natural break. The person in the aisle seat gets up to use the restroom, or the beverage service is fully clear. Never climb over a sleeping or working passenger. Once you access the bin, do not leave the bin door open to rummage. Pull your bag out, close the door immediately, take your bag to your seat, and then retrieve your item. The open door is a safety and head-bumping hazard. 14. The deplaning standoff, the patient strategy. The moment the plane pulls up to the gate, half the plane leaps up to grab their bags, even though the front door hasn't opened yet. The calm command. Remain seated until the passengers in the 2 rows ahead of you have retrieved their bags and started moving. The reason. You cannot go anywhere anyway. The jet bridge will be full. Standing in the aisle just makes it impossible for the flight attendants to do their final checks and causes shoulder-to-shoulder annoyance. This is a race of inches, not miles. If you are seated, I, as the flight attendant, have an easier time ensuring you don't forget anything. 15. The security staging secret, the bin flow. The security line can be a disaster because people don't stage their items correctly inside their bags. The flow. Your liquids bag, your laptop, and your tablet must be easily accessible and positioned near the top zipper or an external pocket. The timing. The moment you enter the security line, do not wait for the conveyor belt. Use the queue time to remove your liquids, laptop, and wallet and have them ready to drop into the bin immediately. This simple preparation saves you 30 seconds, which in a busy security line translates to a saved 5 minutes for everyone behind you. Smooth and fast is the flight attendant way. There you have it. 15 hard-won secrets about carry-on luggage that the airlines will never advertise, but that will make you a far superior, calmer, and more efficient traveler. Carry-on travel is a mental game, and now you have the playbook. Remember, treat your personal item like your lifeline, check the wheels, and please, for the love of the overhead bin, keep your coat under the seat. If you feel like you just got a free masterclass, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more where this came from. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the skies, flying above and beyond.